Welcome back, everyone. Today we'll be doing a deep dive into the celebration of Eid al-Fitr. It marks the end of Ramadan, the Islamic month of fasting, and it's a time for joy and gratitude and all that. We're looking at an excerpt from a YouTube podcast script called Celebrating Eid After Ramadan.
Ah, nice. Yeah, it's a really good one. I think it really captures the essence of what Eid is all about.
Yeah, so what exactly is Eid al-Fitr? I mean, I know it means festival of breaking the fast, but I
Yeah.
always kind of wondered about the deeper meaning.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right. It kind of gives you a clue in the name, right? Fitr. It actually comes from this Arabic root word that means to break.
Huh.
So it's the end of the fasting period. But it's more than just that, right? It's about showing gratitude to Allah for all the strength and blessings you receive during Ramadan.
Yeah, that idea of gratitude really runs through the whole celebration, huh?
Oh, absolutely. And it's not just like personal reflection. It's also about doing things for your community, like with Zakat al-Fitr.
Zakat al-Fitr?
Yeah.
I've heard of it, but...
Yeah, so it's this charitable donation that Muslims make before Eid prayer.
Oh, okay.
So everyone, no matter their finances, can celebrate Eid.
Oh, wow. That's a really beautiful thing. It's really about sharing and including everyone.
Yeah, it's about social responsibility and taking care of everyone. And historically, it was also a way to purify your fast, from any mistakes you made or things you didn't mean to do.
Huh. So it's both practical and spiritual. That's interesting how Islam weaves those two together. So, okay, besides the charity and ending the fast, what makes Eid so important?
Well, it's a lot of things, actually. It's seen as a reward from Allah for finishing Ramadan. You know how it's a month of intense spiritual reflection and growth?
Right.
So it's like the culmination of all that.
Okay, yeah, I get that. But, sometimes I wonder, with all the focus on celebration, does it overshadow that personal journey of Ramadan?
That's an interesting point. It's true. Eid is a big celebration. But that joy, it comes from the spiritual things you accomplish during Ramadan.
Ah, okay, so it's more about the internal change, not just the outward celebration.
Exactly. And it's not just you by yourself either. Eid al-Fitr is about unity and community. Everyone comes together, families, friends for prayers, meals, celebrations. It really brings people closer.
I can imagine. So tell me more about these Eid prayers.
Oh, they're special. Muslims gather, sometimes in huge groups in open areas or mosques.
Wow.
There's an imam leading the prayers, and everyone's dressed up. It's just this really joyful, unified feeling in the air.
Sounds uplifting.
It really is. Those moments, the prayers, the gatherings, the meals, that's what makes Eid special. And with all the celebrating, it reminds you to be thankful, too. After a month of, giving things up, you really appreciate the simple stuff.
It's like resetting yourself, remembering what's important.
Exactly. It helps you appreciate everything you have. So now that we know what Eid is all about, how about we talk about how to prepare for it?
Yeah, how can people make the most of this special occasion?
Well, this podcast script mentions 5 main things you could do. First, remember Zakat al-Fitr. You got to give that before Eid prayers. That way, people who are struggling can join in the fun, too.
Right, starting off with an act of giving.
Exactly. Next, plan out your day. Figure out, when you're getting together with family and friends, whether it's for prayers or meals or whatever.
Oh, yeah, yeah. With my big family, that's key.
Keeps things running smoothly.
So, what else?
Okay, number 3, dress up. It's a tradition to wear your best clothes. It shows you're really honoring the day.
I love that. It makes it feel extra special.
Yeah. And then number 4, take a little time to just think about Ramadan. What did you learn? How can you keep those lessons going even after Ramadan's over?
Well, that's good. It's not just about the month itself, but how you grow from it.
Right. And finally, spread joy. Giving your family, give gifts, share meals.
Yeah, I'm all about that. I try to do that all year round, but especially during holidays, I've always thought it's so cool how Eid is celebrated all over the world. Everyone puts their own spin on it.
It really is. The podcast we're looking at talks about that too. Like in Egypt, you got to have kak. It's this special cookie they eat during their Eid feasts.
Ooh, cookies. What's the story behind those?
Well, they're definitely yummy, but they've also got a deeper meaning. They've been a part of Egyptian celebrations for a long, long time, way back to ancient Egypt even.
Wow, really?
Yeah, and the designs you see on them, they symbolize good luck and blessings.
That's really interesting. Food can be so much more than just food, right?
Definitely. What other traditions stood out to you?
Well, I thought this one from Indonesia sounded really nice. It's called Ziarah Kubur, and people go visit the graves of their loved ones to pray for them and remember them.
Yeah, that's a beautiful tradition.
And then there's this fun one in Turkey where kids go door to door, kind of like trick-or-treating, but for Eid.
Right. They get sweets and little gifts.
That's so cute. I love how they get the kids involved.
It's a festive atmosphere for sure. So in South Asia, they've got some really visually stunning traditions for Eid.
You mean the henna?
Yeah, it's especially popular with women, and it's supposed to, bring good luck and symbolize joy. And of course, there's incredible food too, like biryani and sheer korma.
I love henna. It's so beautiful. I tried it once at a friend's wedding. It's amazing how much skill it takes. It's amazing how all these different traditions, from cookies to henna to special prayers, all come together to celebrate the same thing.
Right. And what's really cool is that even though there are all these different ways of celebrating, the heart of Eid is the same everywhere.
It's about faith and gratitude and community. Before we wrap up, I'd love to hear about one of your Eid memories, something that's really stuck with you over the years.
Oh, there are so many. It's hard to choose just one.
I bet.
But I think one that really stays with me is waking up early on Eid morning. Like, the excitement for the day is just building up, and putting on new clothes and going to the mosque for Eid prayer with my whole family. You could feel it, everyone was so happy. It was like this feeling of, like, we all did it. We made it through Ramadan.
Yeah, going through something challenging together, it really brings people together, right?
It does. And then after prayers, we'd go visit family, eat, give gifts. But I think the strongest feeling for me was just thankfulness. Like after a whole month of fasting and trying to be closer to God, it felt like this amazing celebration of faith and togetherness.
So it's like that inner journey you talked about, it becomes real, you can actually feel it.
Yeah, and it reminds you that after hard times, there's always joy waiting on the other side. It's about celebrating all the effort you put in and the mercy of God, and it shows you what we can do when we push through challenges as individuals and as a community.
That's really powerful. So Eid al-Fitr, it's about being thankful, about community, celebration, reflection. It reminds us to appreciate what we have, who we have in our lives, and take those lessons from Ramadan and make them a part of our lives.
Exactly. And that's what's so great about what we talked about today. It's not just about knowing, the traditions and stuff, but like connecting with that deeper meaning and seeing how we can make our own lives better, even if we don't celebrate Eid ourselves.
I totally agree. So as we finish up here, I want to leave you with this thought. What kind of traditions or rituals could you make to make your celebrations more meaningful for you and your family or friends? Maybe it's like a special dish you cook, or helping people out, or anything really that makes it personal and brings you closer to those you care about. Eid al-Fitr shows us that even though we're all different, there are things that can bring us together. It's a reminder that being happy, thankful, and having a sense of community, those things are universal. They go beyond any culture.
Well said. I really enjoyed learning about Eid al-Fitr with you today.
Me too. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive. Until next time, everyone, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep diving deep.